A local Lloydminster pug is making waves, and not the waves you might be expecting. I had a chance to find out more.
It's growing up in a flash.
This is Levi. He is a 3-year-old pug from the Lloydminster area who has picked up some new talents with his family always near the water.
As we'd put the kids on the wakeboard or something like that, Levi would whine and want to go on with them or whatever. So yeah, as time went, he'd jump on the tube, and then this year we threw the knee board out for him, and yeah, he jumped right on and loved it.
The TikToks that Brock have posted now have over 7 million views, something that no one in the family could have anticipated.
TikTok's kind of something just with the kids kind of thing, and then yeah, after that video was posted, I guess it's just it's been nonstop. I guess, as the kids would say, my phone's blowing up. So
the family has noticed since they started getting Levi involved in these activities, not only does he really enjoy it, it also has had a positive impact on Levi's life.
He's a lot more calm, and he's not so crazy running around, and you can definitely tell he just seems a lot happier, and that he's involved with the family and doing those kind of activities, and yeah, he really likes it.
The family has no signs of slowing down the content revolving around Levi.
We've been discussing a few videos and stuff like that. So yeah, he like I said, he does everything from ride on the quad to he goes on the tube with the kids, and yeah,
he's been on skateboards before.
He's been on skateboards. Yeah, there's not too much he won't try.
A YouTube channel, Levi Tets, is planned in the future to document all of Levi's accomplishments. Cowan Dunlop, Primetime, Local News.
Art Soul Life Creative Studio has a number of events planned for both adults and kids throughout the month of August. Our Abby St. John has more.
I'm happy to be joined here today by Natasha Dewing from Art Soul Life Creative Studio. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks so much, Abby.
Of course. So August is coming up. July is almost finished. You just have a few more days left in July, but August is right around the corner, and you have a few events lined up for the month, including a ladies' night. So let's start off with talking about the ladies' night and what people should know about it.
Absolutely. So we do paint nights often, but we're gearing this one towards the ladies specifically. And we're going to be painting Highland Cow this time around. And they're really, really popular right now. They're kind of a trend. And so we thought, well, we're going to get on that too.
That sounds awesome. And I love Highland cows. I think that they're so adorable. So it's just the perfect thing to start painting, which is fantastic. So for Ladies' Night, when is it happening, and what are some of the more technical details that people should know? Do they need to purchase tickets ahead of time, or is it first come, first serve, or how many women are allowed to facilitate?
Okay, so we will be hosting it on Thursday, August the 24th, and it will be from 6 until 9 p.m. just to give everybody lots of time to paint. It's a registered only event. Most of ours are, because we have to buy or make our charcuterie and things like that. And so we like to know exactly how many people are coming for the event ahead of time. And we're going to be making this guy here.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a 16 by 20. And you can keep it for yourself or gift it to a loved one, whatever, put it in your powder room. And that's pretty much it. It comes with charcuterie that we will have bottled water. We'll have coffee available. It's $55 per person. And that's with everything and the 3 hours and the instructor.
That sounds really, really fun for ladies to get together and, paint, just have some fun with painting. Now, on the flip side, you have some kids events. I know that you guys love to do those kids camps and kids events for kids just to get out and be creative. And you have a few in August. So tell me a little bit about those and, the age ranges and all that fun stuff.
You bet. Our first one will be August the 9th, and that one is for Wreck-It Ralph. And we're going to be making plates and bowls. They can pick whichever one they want. And it'll have our favorite Wreck-It fella on there bursting out of a wall full of bricks. So that one's going to be fun. And we always watch a movie, we eat pizza, and I make the kids popcorn. And then they watch the movie and we just hang out and they really, really enjoy it. We have a lot of fun. So that one's on August the 9th, and we have seats available for that one. And then on the 23rd, we're doing Raya, the Last Dragon. And we're going to be doing a really awesome dragon canvas with that one. And they can really get creative and use their own colors and their own imagination with that. And that one, again, all the same time from 5 till 7, registered only. And you can do so on our website, artsoulifecreativestudio.ca.
And is there an age range that you're looking for, or is it any ages?
Yeah, that one is 6 and up. So normally when we do our kids' nights out, we usually have 2 groups. And we'll run a junior and we'll run a senior group. And that's just for eye-hand coordination or maybe the level of maturity of the movie. But all through the summer, we've been running 6 and up just to get those kids out of the house, get them off their tablets or whatever, something different to do. And then we've got still our August camp available as well. And that starts on the 14th. It goes until the 18th. And so it's something different at all the 5 days. So it's something different every day. And those are half day camps. So from 1 until 4. And so we'll do a thing with the kids. And then then they'll have a snack and whatever. And then if there is time permitting, we'll take them to the park. We've got a parachute and balls and hula hoops and bubbles and games and stuff because kids love to play grounders. So we'll be playing grounders, climbing trees and just burning off energy.
Yes, definitely still a thing from when I was a kid too. So it's something that carries on. And this is a perfect opportunity for kids not only to get outside, but use their creativity and their imagination too, which is so vitally important for kids, especially their developmental years. So that sounds awesome. So for all of the events that are happening, the camps, the ladies' nights, the kids' events, where can they find, where can they go to register for those events?
All of our information is online. If you don't find us on Instagram or Facebook, you can go to our website, www.artsoulifecreativestudio.ca. And there'll be a book now tab, and you can look there and scroll through and find what you like. And if you're having trouble, sometimes it's not so iOS savvy for some reason, mobile friendly. It seems to be more website friendly. So if you're having trouble, you can always call us the studio at 306-825-2787. And if we don't answer the phone because we're not here, just leave a message and we'll get back to you for sure.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining me. These events just sound so awesome. Great for the kids, great for the ladies to come out for the night. So thank you so much for joining me.
Furniture set and design supplied by Furniture Gallery, downtown Lloydminster.
Our Shelby Clark and Abby St. John sat down and spoke on what's new in the entertainment world.
Thank you to everybody for joining us today for this week's entertainment panel, and we are starting at your local May Cinema 6.
Very excited.
Yeah, we are very excited. We love being here, being able to talk about what's going to be coming out this weekend, and we got a fun one that's coming out, a spooky one.
Spooky one. Not close to Halloween, but you know, Halloween in the summer, sign me up. I love Halloween. This movie is right up that alley, but I think it's a Halloween-ish movie for the whole family, I think.
Exactly. I think it definitely, for the Halloween lovers out there, it gives them a little taste before we're even getting close to that month. So that's nice. It's very nice to be able to have this. But this one is kind of like a remake of a classic, I want to say. Definitely. But we got Haunted Mansion, and that's coming out tonight for this weekend, pretty much. So.
Yes, and we've talked about Haunted Mansion a couple times throughout when new things were being released and trailers were being dropped for it. And it is a remake off of the 2003 Eddie Murphy version. We got Owen Wilson, Danny DeVito, Tiffany Haddish, Lakeith Stanfield, Rosie Dawson. So we have a ton of very well-known actors in this movie, and I think that's very exciting. You know, so it follows a single mom. She hires a tour guide, a psychic, a priest, and a historian to help exorcise her newly bought mansion after discovering it is inhabited by ghosts. I think this one gives a little bit more of a scarier feel than the original one.
100%. The trailer kind of spooks you a little bit more, I guess, in a way. It's kind of like, why is this actually scaring me?
And I think they took the Haunted Mansion and they took a different spin on it. You know, the original Eddie Murphy, he's a real estate agent. He stumbles upon this house on the way for a family vacation, and he can't help himself, and they end up staying at this haunted mansion, and of course, you know, the ghosts trying to marry his wife and take over and lock them in the house, and it, you know, that was a great idea, but now they're taking it in a different aspect. You know, it's a single mom and her son moving for whatever reason, unknown. You have to watch the movie, and they're moving into a new house that happens to be the haunted mansion. And she hires some people from the area to help exercise the house, and they get trapped in it.
Who knows, maybe their spin on it makes it even better than what 2003 gave. Like 2003 will always have a special place in people's hearts with that classic movie and everything, but who knows, this new one could be, you know, very good and hopefully give us, you know, some good stuff. So I think a lot of people should come check it out this weekend in the theater. I think it's going to be good, and make sure to support your local May Cinema 6.
Yes, that's important, and that's why we're doing this, because it's the only theater in town to watch movies, so definitely take advantage of that, because they have great stuff, and they have great seats, and great staff, and concession, and everything that you need to enjoy a movie, they've got. So it's definitely great to support this theater.
Yeah, if you're not watching anything here, you're missing out. Make sure to come check it out. It's a great time, and the seats are comfy.
They're very comfy,
They are comfy, but we know we have some other movies that came out last week, and we kind of want to check out to see how they're doing with their ratings and whatnot, and their great reviews, so we're going to toss it back to us in studio.
And now we are back in studio, officially the studio.
We're back, finally.
Yeah, no other set. We are actually here in studio, so hopefully everybody is excited, because I know we are. We missed this beautiful set, so.
I definitely miss these chairs, for sure.
Oh, of course. They're still quite comfy themselves.
Yes.
So. But yeah, no, we have a lot of things we want to speak about, especially the biggest movies that came out for this year. And we got Barbie and Oppenheimer. And we just kind of want to talk about, you know, how these ratings have been going so far in the reviews. And of course, so much social media presence, like for both of them, like so many jokes and so many comments from people online. So we have a lot to talk about here, but I think we should start off with Barbie.
Yes, definitely. It is certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes at 89%, with an audience of 86%. So it's done fantastic. It's made $516.9 million worldwide, and they only had a budget of 128 to 145 million. So they kicked off this opening weekend for sure and impressed a lot of people. I know I saw it and absolutely loved it. Beat all my expectations that I had, and if you thought you knew what the movie was going to be about going into it, you're wrong.
I agree. I thought that was absolutely a gorgeous movie. I think it made, you know, especially as a woman, makes you feel, and that's literally what they really wanted you to, how they wanted people to come out of the movie feeling, you know? They wanted to make you kind of emotional. Remember that even your mothers, the older women out there, they're still little girls. Yeah, so that's really good. But then we also have, of course, Oppenheimer. Gotten great reviews so far. Starting off, we got a 94 critic rating and 92 audience ratings. So they are definitely certified fresh.
Yes, they are certified fresh. One of the reviews from audience is phenomenal film, captivating. Every cast member delivered stellar performances. Nolan is a true artist in filmmaking, which is true. I think that's, you know, everybody can say that Christopher Nolan is a genius as well. $241.7 million with a budget of 100 mil. Now, Variety did come out and say that they needed to make 400 mil to be profitable. You know, they're halfway there, and it was only the first weekend. They're going to make that, and they're going to be profitable. I'm definitely excited to go see it.
I think a lot of people too, like if they're in the same shoes as me, like I'm kind of still hesitating on if I want to watch this or not. I can't really use the excuse that it's too long. I've watched lots of movies that are like 3 hours and didn't complain. So I think it's more of like, I think I know I'm going to be devastated watching this. Make sure to go check out those movies, like, you know, if you haven't yet. They are still playing here at May Cinemas. But also to check out Haunted Mansion.
Yes, definitely.
That we spoke about already. So that's coming out this weekend. It's going to be a good one. But that's all the time we have for this week's entertainment panel. So once again, thank you for joining us, everybody, in studio and at your local May Cinema 6. And have a great weekend.
And now a look at some upcoming events in this week's edition of What's Happening.
The new Lloydminster Nissan CPCA Finals are quickly approaching, and a huge part of the CPCA Finals is the Big Chuckwagon Cabaret. And this year, headlining the Chuckwagon Cabaret, it's going to be the Washboard Union. They have won Group of the Year at the CCMA Awards 3 times, and you may have heard their latest hit, I Run on Country, on Real Country 95.9. So it's going to be such a fun cabaret with the Washboard Union, and also special guests, Nice Horse. All the details and tickets, they're available right now on the Lloyd X website, and that big party, it's coming up on Saturday, August the 19th. Make plans to head to Clandonald coming up on August the 12th for the Clandonald Country Fair. The theme this year, celebrating 150 years of RCMP service. They're going to start the day with a pancake breakfast. Then they've got so many different activities for the family to enjoy. The kids are going to love the different games. There's going to be face painting, bingo, mutton busting, bouncy houses, live entertainment, a variety show, and so much more. For all the details, you can find information on our website, realcountrylloydminster.ca. The Vermilion Fair wraps up tomorrow, and one of the big events they have tomorrow is the lawnmower races. For all the details, visit the Vermilion Agricultural Society's website to get the latest information. Well, whatever you choose to do this weekend, we hope you stay safe and stay healthy.
What's Happening is brought to you by Northern Factory Workwear, Circle Drive East, Saskatoon, and Highway 17 South, Lloydminster.
As July comes to a close, crop farmers across Saskatchewan are bringing out the combines for harvesting season. Our Thomas Wildman has more.
Today, I'm once again joined by Matt Struthers, the Crop Extension Specialist for the Government of Saskatchewan. It's been a little bit of a while since we've talked about the crop report, but thank you so much for joining me once again, Matt, for the crop report today.
Yeah, it sure has. Hopefully I'm not too rusty.
And so, Matt, we are now pretty far into the growing season as it's almost August, and so we're getting closer and closer to harvesting time. What is the outlook for all of the areas right now in terms of crop development? I know I was doing a little bit of traveling recently and was down into the southwest part of the province, and it was looking a little bit tough there. How is the overall look for the rest of the province?
Well, the outlook for the province, kind of varies on where you are. Like you mentioned, the southwest, things in the southwest are very, very dry. That's where we're seeing some of our lowest yield or crop conditions, and that's going to correlate to yield as well. So once those combines start rolling, we'll have a much better idea of what we're looking at for yield. But the same thing's going to be happening in the west central region as well, and throughout much of the province, where there are very dry portions of other regions, and then some who are lucky with the rain, they might be looking at better crop conditions, and then again that correlates to a much better yield as well. So it all depends on where you were and if you got lucky with those rains, and there's certainly some very poor looking crop out there, and surprisingly there's some crop that's holding on even through this heat wave that we're having this past week. So hopefully you can get a shot of rain here and finish strong.
And so with a lot of those crops in those tougher areas like the southwest and the west central, how early are we going to see farmers start to harvest throughout the province?
Yeah, unfortunately there are probably a few producers out there who likely are looking at a harvest that's not even worth pulling out the combine, and that's very tough to see. And we've heard reports already of producers out there starting to combine, mostly field peas and lentils so far. They're just ready to go. So producers are getting out there and getting it done, and that's mostly down in the southwest and parts of the west central as well. So if this heat continues and this dry weather continues, we'll see many more producers get out in their fields here, and I would assume by this weekend and into next week we'll see quite a few of those operations get going, and especially with some desiccation of pulses and cereals as well, drying them down and getting it ready. So I know up into the north, even things are dry up there, so they'll be starting to harvest, I would assume, sooner than they normally do, and hopefully we get the weather we need to get a nice quick harvest over with, and then let the rains come down and let's replenish that topsoil moisture.
And so another part that hasn't been great hearing from talking to producers is that the haying situation hasn't been great. Lots of people have already started or nearly finished haying. Tell me a little bit about that, Matt, and so far how the outlook is looking for the province.
Certainly, we're almost wrapped up haying in the province. So I have 82, 83%. So that's, we're almost coming to the end of that, but the yield is certainly not where we want it to be. Some really disappointing yields once again throughout the south and even the central regions and up into the north as well. Usually we see some pretty nice yields in some parts of the northeast and northwest, but they just weren't lucky with those rains, and they not those typical rains they usually get. And so we're seeing a disappointing yield basically across the board almost, depending on where you are, of course. But when we're looking at that, we're really hoping that any grain farmers out there are able to help their livestock producing neighbors. And if there's some straw left over from their wheat, maybe they could bale that up and supply that as feed as well. So hopefully the livestock producers find what they need. I know that pasture conditions are certainly hurting through this dry time and this hot weather. So hopefully we get those rains, and it would go a long way for those pastures and those water sources as well for livestock. So
thank you so much for the crop report, Matt, and we will hopefully be talking to you very soon.
Now let's take a look at your agriculture prices.